Welcome back, students. This is the first class in the course Financial Risk Management Level 1. Foundations of Risk Management. It is the first subject in the Financial Risk Management Level 1. And this is the first class where I'll be talking about the risk management process. But before that, what is the risk management? Risk management, it's something related to the identifying, analyzing, and mitigating the risks. I will take a very simple example. When you drive a car, you make sure that you are driving with it with a very safe speed. You have wear the seat belt and you are avoiding a very risky road. So we are following proper risk management practices here, to show that you should not uh, get to the accident. Similarly, if there is an organization, it has an the organization, if it can be a manufacturing company, so it is taking some input materials are there. If they are building any product, input material cost is there. They have the customers also in the market. They have customers who are going to purchase the company products, and there are employees are also. If any of these three, suppose input material cost is very high, they are not able to fetch the customers. If they have there is no employee to work from them, right? Everybody is leaving the company, joining some other company. So this company can be in big trouble then if they don't find any customers to buy their product. Their input material cost is very high, so they will be manufacturing the costly product. Again, there is a issue. And again, if there are no employees to work in the company, that can also create a lot of threat in the lot of risks to the company. So in this, we need to first identify the risks. Okay, what are the different risk factors to the organization? Then we can analyze the risks, we can do the assessment of the risks, and then we can suggest the mitigating practices that can reduce the risks to the organization. So this is the process of risk management. In the 2008 financial crisis, we all know that in 2008 financial crisis, the Lehman brother collapsed because it has give excessive leverage to this mortgage backed securities. Okay, there were minimum paperwork was that at that time, and the loan was given in the very high amount, and then that causes massive financial losses in the US banks, Lehman brother, and it got collapsed. Actually, we have seen already this in 2008. So what is the risk management process? Very, very important part. What is the risk management process? In the risk management process, we will have first the risk identification. We have to first identify the risks, whether it is about the organization or it's about the individual investor. Everybody has to analyze their risks, identify the risks. Suppose there is an investor is there. Okay, he's holding some stocks in the portfolio, he's holding the stocks also, and he's holding the bonds also. If he is holding the stock, then stocks are volatile. Sometimes stock price goes up and sometimes they goes down also, and there can be a very big volatility in the stock prices. So there is a risk of volatility when you are holding the stocks. Again, what can be the other risks to the bonds? Bonds can have risks of credit risks. Whichever company bond you have purchased, suppose you have bought some corporate bond you have bought from an organization, then bonds will have a associated credit risks with the bond, because company may default, the company bond you purchase may default in providing you interest of the bond coupon, that we call coupon. And also it may default on principal amount also, the company. So that is a risk, credit risk. Basically in bonds we have a credit risk associated with the bank, with the bond. So once you identify, you have to identify the risks first. Then we will be doing assessment of the risks. Now I want to take the slightly different example for the risk assessment. How can we assess the risks? Suppose there is a bank which is actually giving the loans to the customer. Now bank has an historical data, and through that they are actually want to identify how much potential losses they can incur. They are assessing their risks actually. So historical data suggests that if the bank give a loan to the 100 customer, out of that 95 is going to repay their loans, and 5 may default the loans. 5 may default the loans. So I need to compute, if 5 customers are going to default, how much losses that bank will have to bear actually. So for that we will be using the VR, value at risk model, to compute the potential losses, and that will be learning later. So that's about the risk assessment. Now you assess the risks. What about the risk mitigation? How we are going to reduce the risks? Let us understand that there is an airline companies there in India or US. There are so many airlines company are there. Let us take one of the airline company, any airline company it can be. So let us take the Delta Airline Company. Okay. In airline industry, we are now learning the mitigation, how we will reduce the risks. What do you mean by risk mitigation? It means reducing the risks. What steps we can take? So suppose there is a Delta Airline Company. For the airline company, the most important input cost will be the fuel, jet fuel. Jet fuel will be the most important cost. Now they have assessed the risks that this company has done done the risk analysis, and they are assuming that after 3 months the fuel cost may increase. If the fuel cost will get increased, then what happens to Delta Airlines? Fuel cost is increasing, they will have to increase the ticket prices to cover this cost. They will have to increase the ticket prices. Then again they will have to face strong competition in the market. They want to give low cost airline experience to their customer. In that case, that will not be possible. So what they can do, if the fuel prices are going to increase after 3 months, so they can sell the crude oil in the commodity market. Suppose there is a crude oil in the commodity market, they can sell the current if they are selling here, and if the fuel prices goes up, they can they can neutralize the impact on their business by rising fuel prices by selling the contracts in the crude oil commodity market. In the commodity derivative market, they can sell the crude oil contracts and they can mitigate the risks. This way, risk mitigation can work really well for the company. So all this we are going to see it in detail in upcoming classes. Now, risk monitoring. What about risk monitoring? You mitigate the risks, but the risk management. But the risk management is a continuous process. Continuous process it is. After every month, after every year, after every 6 months, we will have a new risk challenges. New risk management challenges will be there. So continuous monitoring of the risks is very important fact. Very important fact. Because in COVID-19, what happens in COVID-19? Suddenly the COVID got triggered. Nobody has expected after 1 year back that COVID-19 will come and there will be a large scale impact on the companies. People health will get degraded. So COVID-19 was a case. At that time, so many companies put a did a strong monitoring of the demand and supply. At that time, there was a crucial focus on the demand and supply factor of the business. Is there enough demand is available and the enough supply is there? So that will, you have to continuously monitoring the risks. What are the new risk challenges coming to the organization? Very important part. And finally, you just follow the process, like you identify the risks, you assess the risks, you did the risk mitigation also, you are monitoring the upcoming risks, you are monitoring for the future challenges, and the current risk management system is enough to tackle the future risks. So you did the risk monitoring also. But what about the risk reporting risks? Means whatever you have done to secure your organization future and to tackle the risk challenges, you have to report that to the stakeholders, right? What are the key risk challenges, key risk management challenges in the business? You identified that. You have the mitigation process you have mitigation practices working in the company, but you have to report that to the stakeholders also. If there are any big risk issue with the company, how you are going to deal with that, you have to issue that to the stakeholders also, because they are the investor in the business, so they should know that. And also you need to report the same report about if there is any risk in the business to the regulators also. Security and Exchange Commission in US, SEC, because if your public investors, if the public investors are investing in your company, they should know complete the risk challenges faced by your company. So that is a very, very important part. So this is about the risk management process. Now what happens today? Today world is interconnected. Risk management, if there is any risk in the business, it should be identify and mitigate early. Otherwise it will have a large impact, it will have a large impact on the business. So today actually it's an important structure process. Actually world is interconnected, today's world is interconnected, we know all. In 2021, when China's real estate company Evergrande, they faced the financial difficulties because of the excessive leverage business model, and that impacted entire global markets actually. So identifying and mitigating risks at the source or at a low level is very, very important. Otherwise, it can have systemic impact in entire financial system, because that's what happened in the 2008 financial crisis. The mortgage mortgage backed security problem become a global problem, and there was a global recession at that time. So so what is there in the risk management process? Identify the risk identification, then risk assessment, mitigation and management, risk monitoring, and then you have to report risks to the stakeholders and the regulators also. This is about the first class. In the next class, we'll see measures and managements of the risks with some real world examples.